Hey, FlimsyLunchTray here, and welcome to World of Warships, where in today's video we're going to be diving into the news update of 12.0. It's the coming this Wednesday, and it is the Lunar New Year, is how they have it titled off. Wargaming does this every year, so they have a list of things for us to go over here, so we're going to hop right in, so hopefully I can, this won't be very long, but we can hit the most important things. So they have a video you can watch if to highlight different things. I haven't watched it yet, but it is there. The first item is Dirigible Derby, or now called Airship Escort, is coming back to the game. I'm wondering if they changed the name of this because some players were... There was a portion of the player base who was kind of struggling with the aspect of actually escorting the airship. So I don't know if that's why they've renamed it. But it gets the point more across. Your missions remains the same. Escort the allied airship to the destination point before the enemy team succeeds in doing so, or destroying all opposing ships. Ships can affect the speed of the allied or enemy airships by remaining within a certain interactive zone around them. So usually they have this big circle. They still have the lines on the map, so then you actually know the path of the enemy, and the enemy knows your path, so I don't know. I mean, Dirigible Derby, I think a lot of players really enjoyed this because it's a different game mode, right? Assuming they're not blending it into randoms, but it's just something different. Switch up the different type of play style. You will earn special achievements for this battle type as well as community tokens for completing special daily and weekly combat missions. So if you're looking for something to give you some rewards playing the game, then Dirigible Derby has it for you. We regularly test new mechanics and temporary modes with an eye on introducing them into the game on a permanent basis, and this is also the case for Airship Escort. They did talk about this in recent news, or it was like their roadmap. If the updated mode performs well this year, Airship Escort will most likely be introduced into random battles in the future. Why? Why? Because you can go into random battles and you don't know, are you going to get domination mode? Are you going to get standard? Are you going to get, or it used to be epicenter and they take that out. But now arms race, right? Arms race was its own game mode and people liked it. It was different. It was a break, and then Wargaming's like, we're going to put this into randoms battles. They did. And now they're going to do the same thing with the Airship Escort. And I don't think that they have the numbers of player population to have this as its own battle type. I wish they would leave it as its own battle type, but it's Wargaming. They don't really listen to player feedback. Japanese cruisers in the tech tree. So if you've been waiting to grind the Japanese cruisers, they are coming off of early access, so then you will be able to grind up through the remainder of them. So with the Japanese tokens, I was able to get Amono, and I've been working on grinding it, prepping for Shimanto, Takahashi, and Yodo, which I checked on the World of Warships NA stats the other day. And of course, the ship's locked behind early access still at this point in time, but there's just not a lot of people playing this ship. Because some could actually get it through the paywall, you know, if you spend a lot of doubloons to get it from early access, but it's going to be for free, quote unquote, to grind. So questionable ships still, like light cruisers with heavy cruiser reload time. So, but we're going to have to see how that one goes. Lunar New Year, unique Pan-Asian commander. So they've been talking a little bit about this one for some months now, actually, maybe even going back 4, 5, 6 months ago, maybe. So they're going to be, to celebrate the event, the new Age of Sa Shinbig collection is going to be introduced into the game. Okay. It reveals the biography of the famous admiral and the Navy history of China in the era of armor and steam. So, I'm assuming he's going to be rewarded for the entire collection? Yes. So if you've already picked up Yamamoto Isoroku, or Halsey, William Halsey in the hit hard, hit fast, hit often campaign. Oh, those are campaigns. Sorry, they're in campaigns. He's going to be in collections, so you have to earn. So they have 4? No, it's 5. So you have to get to each of these items basically to be able to complete the collection, and then it gives you the final access. So each collection section, so if you collect all of these 4 stamps, these 4 stamps, these 4 stamps, they're going to give you 1 day of premium for each one, so you can get 5 days of premium in total. And then special reward will be this new Pan-Asian Commander with 10 skill points and a special achievement. Yeah. So he's going to have enhanced skills. Aircraft carriers improved engine boost. 7.5% versus the standard plus 5%. Emergency repair specialist. -4% to the cooldown time of damage control party and repair party. Consumables instead of the standard 3%. Yeah, I mean, it's a percent higher. Vigilance, plus 35% to torpedo acquisition range instead of standard 25%. That's good. Cruisers and destroyers, consumables enhancements, plus 12.5% to consumable action time instead of the standard 10%. So, okay, let's make smoke screens longer. Have a longer radar. Something like that. The unique talents of him. He's got 3. So High Alert activates once per battle upon earning the Combat Scout achievement and reduces the squadron preparation and main battery gun reload time by 20%. So this is probably something you're going to see more common on the Pan-Asian destroyers, like this is the Yu Yang line we're talking about. Even possible with the Pan-Asian cruisers, assuming they release Pan-Asian carriers, aircraft carriers at some point, so then that would be another way to pick up the Combat Scout. Torpedo Attack Expert activates once per battle upon hitting enemy ships with torpedoes 6 times. It increases torpedo speed by 5%. Reduces the torpedo reload booster consumable cooldown time by 25%. And adds 1 charge of this consumable. So yeah, definitely I could see this commander being very beneficial on your destroyers, particularly, as well as Pan-Asian cruisers, but that's definitely on the destroyers. Emergency supplies activates after every 1.5 million hit points of potential damage earned and reduces consumable cooldown time by 6.5%. So they're releasing, I think it's a tier 9 Pan-Asian battleship that's similar to Sovietsky Soyuz. So that's where this is probably going to make a bit more sense, since your Pan-Asian cruisers are a bit squishy. And it's hard to do the open gunboating style with the Pan-Asian destroyers. It's not impossible, but there's other destroyers that do the line better. So I think this is more that Pan-Asian premium battleship they're going to introduce into the game. 42 standard containers in update 12.0. Yeah, so let's talk about this. So, yeah, so premium containers will be available for purchase in the Armory and premium ships. So that's, yeah, standard containers and then premium containers. So I'm not sure, maybe that's the premium, this is standard? Can't tell. So that's where you'll pull the items. Let's see. 23 containers for completing a special combat mission, 10 containers in battle pass rewards, 1 container for logging into the game after the start of the event, 2 containers in free daily random bundles, 6 containers can be purchased from the Armory, 2 containers for community tokens, 2 containers for XP, 2 containers for credits. The number of containers is sufficient to complete the collection. So this is, you pick up all these containers and that's how you're going to unlock access to this unique commander. Kind of similar to the Resolute Rapid collection, where you pick up containers for coal or to get Sansonetti, the Italian unique commander, which I actually just picked up the other day. And yeah, so this is what they're telling you what you can get in each of the containers. So common bonuses, credits, Elite Commander XP, free XP, an element of the Age of this name collection. And then, of course, the premium containers are going to offer you better rewards. So you do have 100% of getting the element. That's important. Oh, and I should make quick mention, if you get duplicates, it'll tell you, like on the right side of the screen, you're viewing the collection, and you can use those duplicates to fill in an empty slot. Like, so let's say you have these 3, but you don't have this one, then you can use the duplicates to get that one. But to count how many it takes, you can click on the empty space and see, hey, how much is this going to take? for me to get this one. Then let's say it's 4, and then you have 4 duplicates, right? Then you can simply use 4 duplicates to fill in this one. However, I would wait until you've picked up like almost all of them, and then like the duplicates equals the amount of what you have remaining. Because if you use your duplicates immediately, then your chances of getting one you don't have yet is going to be more difficult. So just a little tip there. Moving on swiftly, early access to US hybrid battleships, more aircraft. Thank you, Wargaming. The silent majority wanted this. That's sarcasm if you're wondering. So you're gonna get Nebraska, Delaware, and Louisiana. They've gone through a lot of changes in the development blogs if you've been tracking with that. So they will all have the 406mm main battery guns. Good firing range, but not the highest damage per minute. And they have HE bombers. Number of large aircraft in each flight will allow you to deal significant damage to enemy ships. The vulnerable parts of the new ships are their large, lightly armored superstructures that house an aircraft hangar. Yeah, the ships I think they're kind of tanky from looking at the armor scheme, if I remember correctly, but who knows? They may have changed it by now. And they've decorated the New York port to celebrate the event. So, American tokens is part of this. Yeah, it's going to be an event. Yeah, early access. So there'll be a whole like section for these in the Armory and to pick up the American tokens. And then the final reward is you can get the Statue of Liberty Commander with, oh, it has a unique voiceover. Oh, there you go. Special combat mission groups. Temporary new resource. So let's see, you can get some camouflages, commemorative flag, a bonus package for Nebraska, signals, expendable camouflages, coal, credits, free, and elite commander XP. So yeah, we can go through this real quick. It's Nebraska. Okay, that's interesting paint. So it's got 6 406s. Yeah, so they're saying this part of the ship, the hangar, is the vulnerable part of the ship. So I don't know what the armor scheme looks like yet. I'm sure a community contributor has probably already gone over that. Yeah, so there's your HE bombs. Looks like 5 in a strike. 5 planes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Each drop 2 HE bombs. So Delaware. Okay, that's weird. So you have 2 turrets on the front, 1 on the rear, but the 2 turrets on the front have 6 guns, 3 guns each, and the turret on the rear only has 2 guns. So you have 8 guns in total. It looks like similar to like George's turret. Also 5 planes in a strike. This just looks like post World War II, like late 1940s, early 1950s. So that's the direction Wargaming's heading. Louisiana. Let's see. Your rear turret has 4 guns, and your front turrets have 3 guns each. What the heck? Yeah, you can see it from this perspective. So you have, yeah, 10 guns total. Oh, that's weird. And it's like the hangar kind of, oh, the flight deck comes over the rear turret. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 planes in a strike with the Louisiana. Yeah, it's not surprising Wargaming would add more. So I'm not excited for them. Ranked battles. Not much different. Not too much. I mean, there are some things that are different. Bronze League is going to be tier 6. Silver League, tier 8. Gold League, tier 9, tier 10. So you can use ranked, you know, if you want to use it to grind ships and stuff like that. It's a 6 versus 6 format, so they've been doing 7 versus 7. Then this previous ranked season we've been in has been 6 versus 6, and now it's going to be 6 versus 6 again. In Season 10, the rule for keeping a star in an event of a loss is the same for all leagues. In the Bronze, Silver, and Gold leagues, only the top XP earner on the losing team will keep a star. Take this into account. We've changed the number of stars required to complete the Gold and Bronze leagues. Okay, interesting. In addition, we've reworked the interface, rule text, and tooltips in the port for ranked battles, as well as added a special mechanic that allows you to immediately receive all unclaimed rewards for victories if you quickly reach rank 1 in a league. Okay, so they have their own, I think there's another news article for that. Brawls will be back. The first one involves tier 8 ships in the 6 versus 6 formats. I wonder if you can division again. Base earnings in Brawls now depend on the battle duration. Base earnings in Brawls now depend on... So what, if it's shorter, you get less earnings? Earnings will be lower in short battles. Protracted battles will bring more XP and credits compared with previous versions of Brawls in similar formats. The changes will affect all Brawl formats except the 1 versus 1. So what, you're enticed to drag the battle out? Because the longer you drag the battle out, the greater your base XP earnings. I mean, when it's a 6 versus 6 format, the battles can go pretty quick. Like, I mean, sometimes 5 minutes, maybe more, like 8 to 10 minutes. So now you're enticed to make the battle last longer. No, I have a separate article for that. Game balance changes. The tier 9 Battleship Marlborough, which like 5 people play regularly in the game. The amount of damage received by hull parts and restored by the repair party consumable has been increased from 50 to 60%. Okay, they're buffing the ship. Makes sense. How many people actually play it? Because it's kind of a crap ship. Tier 6 Battleship Renown. Main battery reload time has been reduced from 26 to 25 seconds. I think I have the Renown now. Oh shoot, I gotta look. I don't remember if I have it or not. I have to look and see. You check that out. Buffalo's getting a buff. The main battery reload time has been reduced from 11.5 to 11 seconds. I welcome this. I think Buffalo's a pretty strong cruiser overall, especially if you're able to utilize the island and get all your 4 turrets on target. So I welcome that. Pan-Asian Tier 9 Cruiser Dalian. Isn't this the premium one? Or is it the tech tree? Yeah, this is the premium one. Main battery reload time has been reduced from 5.5 to 5.2 seconds in the Pan-Asian Tier 9 Cruiser Saeyong. Its main battery reload time has been reduced from 5.5 to 5.2 seconds. Okay, so they're probably wanting to give the line a little attention since they're about to release the Pan-Asian Commander. Makes sense. Changes to combat instructions for super ships. In update 12.0, we've updated the combat instructions interface and made it more intuitive and convenient. Descriptions of ship performance characteristics in the equipment section in the port have also been changed. In addition, we've changed the settings for combat instructions for super ships. Hanover, the number of qualified gunshots has been reduced from 12 to 10. Was there not enough people playing the Hanover? Satsuma has also been reduced from 12 to 10. The inactivity period after which adjustment fire progress starts resetting has been reduced from 50 to 45 seconds. After this time, progress will now also decrease more rapidly by 20% instead of 16.7 seconds. And the Super Soviet Battleship. The number of qualified gunshots also reduced from 12 to 10. The inactivity period, after which adjustment fire progress starts resetting, has been reduced from 60 to 50 seconds. After this time, progress will now also decrease more slowly by 15%. Instead of 16.7%. Okay, so Satsuma is going to decrease more rapidly. On the Russian battleship, it's going to decrease more slowly. Depth charges have been added to researchable Dutch cruisers. Wow. Wargaming. Whoa. I didn't think that was possible. Finally, I mean, I was on the public test server with 2 clanmates, and we all divisioned. They had a reward for community tokens, I believe it was, if you took played the Dutch cruisers. So we did. 1 submarine killed all 3 of us. We did everything we're supposed to. Use hydroacoustic search. Tried to duck and weave. I avoided all of his torpedoes, but of course I went broadside and a battleship punished me for that. So there was nothing you could do in a Dutch cruiser. Like, you just had to wait for them to surface or get close enough to surface where your guns hit. So this is a welcome change. I don't know why Wargaming took so long. They fought this for so long, but now they're finally allowing Dutch cruisers to have the anti-submarine armament. So, I mean, thanks for changing it, but gosh, you guys are hard in the head sometimes on these changes. So what are we gonna get? You're gonna get 2 charges for tier 5 through tier 10. The number of bombs per charge is gonna vary. So the tier 5, tier 6, you have 4. The tier 7, you have 6. The tier 8, you have 8 bombs per charge. And then the tier 9, tier 10, you only get 4, but the damage is greater. And you get 2 charges, okay. Depth charges. So this isn't the airstrike depth charge. Which would, I mean, I don't think they'd probably break their coding if they added both the airstrike, HE airstrike, and the airstrike armament, submarine warfare armament. So yeah, just depth charges. Okay, that's good. Armory, they're gonna be, tier 9 Hector is gonna be added. It's a European cruiser. An enlarged version of the Dido class light cruiser will become available in Army for 46,000 research points. Compared to her prototype, she has more powerful artillery and torpedo armaments. So that's a good amount of guns. I don't know if this ship has guns on the rear or not, if it's just all the front. So it's got 8 guns on the front. I'm guessing torpedoes, yeah. Yeah, it's got guns on the back. 14 133mm guns housed in 7 turrets, as well as 4 quadruple tube torpedo launchers. So 16 torpedoes total, 8 on each side. 2x2 torpedo launching capabilities. Good concealment, maneuverability, small HP pool, and weak armor. Yeah, not surprising. The other thing is some content additions and changes. They brought some new patches. Why? Is this to go with the new, like, Louisiana? The double flavor hot pot, braised shrimps, and braised fish in brown sauce patches. Dumpling expendable. Oh, maybe this is with the, I'm sorry, this is probably with the Lunar Moon Pan-Asian event. The dumpling expendable camouflage. Some new commemorative flags. E-Play Talk 2022 commemorative flag achievement. The Salamander and the Hurricane Salamander achievements. The contents of the Lunar New Year standard and premium containers are going to change with the updated start of update 12.0. So you can't pull a ship from these. I have the Loyang, I really like it. Loyang, good ship. So you have either a 0.5% chance of pulling a ship in the standard or a 5% chance of pulling a ship in the premium version. The mid-autumn festival permanent camouflages for Dunkirk, Prince Eugen, Kaga, and Warspite have been updated. The Royal Navy permanent camouflage for Lightning is no longer available for purchase in the exterior tab, but is still available as a reward from completing the Royal Navy Destroyers collection. Okay, interesting. Following ships have been added to testing by developers, super testers, and community contributors. So there's a tier 9 Japanese battleship, a tier 8 British aircraft carrier, and then all the Pan-American cruiser line they're adding back into the game because Wargaming doesn't know what to do with it. Some future changes you can read here. Oh, this is important. An update 12.4, Groningen, Hayate, Azuma, and the Aegir will no longer be available for purchase in a tech tree for free XP. At the same time, players will have the opportunity to purchase these ships in their armory in exchange for coal. So they're moving these ships all over for coal ships. So that's really important. If you want to get these ships for free XP, you're gonna have 4 months to do that, right? 12.0, 12.1, 12.2, 12.3. Yeah, 4 months. There's roughly 4 to 5 weeks, more maybe like closer to 5 weeks for each update. So you have, yes, that's about right. Yeah, so you're gonna have about roughly 4 months if you want to pick up these ships for free XP. I have all these, but the Hayate, or technically I have the Friesland, not the Groningen. Friesland and Groningen are the same. If you're asking me ships I would recommend getting, the Friesland Groningen are really good. They're quite fun. You really use those to hunt down enemy destroyers because you have your long smokes, really good AA, and 5-kilometer hydroacoustic search. All guns, no torpedoes though. The Aegir, I really like. I need to play it more. It's a fun German cruiser. Torpedoes, strong armor. I think you get 9 guns. I don't remember what caliber. Azuma I have. She's big. You set up in a kiting position and you just throw a lot of HE. You have hydroacoustic search, but it feels very difficult with Azuma to make a meaningful impact in the game. And she has a pretty large citadel. So there's that. The Hayate, this is what I would really like to get. These 3 are 1 million free XP. Hayate is 2 million free XP. And this is probably the one I would like to get. And so I have a lot of farming to do with free XP. There's also other changes they've done in the game as well. So you can see there's a lot of bugs that they fixed. Some sounds. Fixed characteristic of Ragnar. Damage by medium AA guns has been reduced from 673 to 669. What a nerf. Unplayable. Fixed a bug in secondary battery aiming angles for the Rouging and the Tier 9 French battleship Alsace. The aiming angles will change by 1 degree, which will not affect the combat efficiency of the ships. And then you can get a 1 day a premium from the article. I've already picked it up because I read the news, or I just searched for the 1 day premium when I was on the World of Warships main website. So that's update 12.0. So I think we hit the most important things here. So I will put timestamps on the bottom so you can just skip to what sections you want to look at. So this video, it's already cruising up to close to 28 minutes. And I didn't even read everything in detail. So, but that's it. So we're going to see how this update goes. Yeah. So that's all I'm going to say for now. So if you liked today's video, give it a thumbs up. If you did not, give it a thumbs down. Subscribe if you do want to see more. If you're subscribed, thanks so much. I really appreciate it, and we'll catch you next time. Take care.